What's up, my pebbles? It's Nearly Sublime here, and today I'm bringing you a commentary on Carrier. But today I'm not going to be talking about random stuff like I usually do. I'm going to be talking about an in-depth of a class setup that I would prefer for the game type Domination. Alright, so first things first is your primary weapon, and you need to pick a primary weapon that is good for the map you're going to be playing on. You can't go into a map like Turbine with a submachine gun and expect to do well. You're gonna have to choose a more suitable weapon for the map, like an assault rifle. So my top three for assault rifles would be the Type 25, and that is because it tears through people. The range on it is great. You just need to learn to control the recoil, and once you do that, you will be getting kills left and right on the correct map for what you're going to be using your weapon. Next is probably the FAL with Select Fire. I don't like it without Select Fire. It doesn't seem as powerful. But once you have the Select Fire for it and you get the fully automatic FAL, that's whenever you're going to start doing work. And next is the AN94, of course. I'm using it in this gameplay, and you'll see I just tear through people. There's nothing they're going to do. It's just an overall good weapon. And now for the attachments for the assault rifles. I would prefer a silencer or a suppressor for Black Ops 2 and a foregrip. And that's just mainly because you take out people at long range with assault rifles, so to help you control the recoil while you're shooting them, a foregrip is going to do that, and a silencer is going to keep you unnoticed on the flags while you're capturing them. And now that we've talked about assault rifles, let's move on to submachine guns for smaller maps. My personal favorite overall is the PDW 57. It has a 50 round clip and 65 with extended mags, and you can tear through anybody you want to with this weapon. It's the best SMG in the game, in my opinion. And then my next favorite would be the MP7, and after that, probably the Scorpion EVO. They're not nowhere near as good as the PDW, but they do get the job done when you need it to be done. And for the attachments for the submachine guns, I would go with the same exact setup as the assault rifle, foregrip and a silencer, and of course the extended clip for the PDW. With those, you're gonna do good in domination. And as for the sniper rifles of this game, I've never used a sniper rifle in domination since my last prestige, and I'm definitely not going to. I just don't feel like a sniper rifle is suitable for the game of domination. Because if you're capping flags, there's going to be people rushing you to kill you and take you out before you get it capped. And when you have a sniper rifle, your odds are not good on trying to kill those people that are rushing in on you. So I stay away from sniper rifles. Shotguns, I don't really use them either, but if I had to pick a shotgun for domination, it'd probably be the KSG or the Remington. KSG over the Remington, but you have to be really accurate with the KSG, of course. It's a single burst. Well, it's a slug. It doesn't have the spread that the Remington has, but its range is just so much greater than the Remington. And after shotguns, we have light machine guns. My favorite is probably the LSW. Its damage is not up there, I don't think, but it's you if you know how to work it, you'll do good with it. But once again, light machine guns and domination, I'm just not a fan of them. I try to stay away from those, and I'm not even going to talk about the assault shield because I just never use it, and I don't think anybody should use it. It's it was okay in MW2 when it was a riot shield, but now that it's an assault shield, it's just not good for the domination or anything in Call of Duty anymore. Alright, now that we're done with the primary weapons, let's move on to the secondary. And let's start off with the pistols. The 5.7 and the TAC 45 are my two favorite pistols of the bunch. The TAC 45 over the 5.7 because it's a 2-shot kill up close and a 3-shot kill at range. And if you get the first shot into somebody, you're going to kill them before they get their shots off. The Executioner, I completely stay away from unless you're running an assault shield, but like I said, you should not run an assault shield ever. As for the launchers of this game for secondary, I wouldn't use them unless you're going to be the support player of your team and shoot down the UAVs and stuff. But I don't use them. And crossbow and ballistic knife for the specials, I'm definitely not a fan of those. It makes me mad when people use them and I get killed by them. They're not good weapons at all, but they do kill me quite often, and I don't know why. But for domination or any other game type, I would not use the crossbow or ballistic knife. Now that we're done with your secondaries, perks. For perk 1, I usually run Flak Jacket because whenever you're hopping on those flags, people spam grenades at you, bouncing betties whenever you get there. And with Flak Jacket, you can take those and get the capture before you die. While your teammates are dying around you, they don't have Flak Jacket, you're going to be getting the capture over them. Another one I like to use is Hardline. I mean, if you're going for score streaks and you're capping flags and getting kills while you're in your flags, Hardline is going to make it so much easier to get your kill streaks faster. For my second perk, I usually run Scavenger because I use Bouncing Betties usually to throw on B after I capture, or any flag for that matter. And if I'm running Scavenger, after it goes off and I get the kill, I can just go back, pick up another Bouncing Betty, and put it right back on the flag and just get kills after kills. Uh, Another perk or another choice for your second perk would be Toughness. So while you're shooting that person that hits you with a couple of bullets and makes you flinch, you're gonna kill them with it because your flinch is reduced, and that's an essential to this game because you do get hit while you're on flags, but with Toughness you can pull out the kill over them because they're flinching more than you, and it's ruining their accuracy completely, and your accuracy is still dead on. And last but not least is your third perk. What I run is Tactical Mask, so you don't get flashed, concussed, and shocked all the time. And everybody knows that's what you die from 25% of the time. That's a random statistic that I'm throwing out there. Don't mark me down on it. But you do die a lot whenever you're flashed because it flashes you for a ridiculously long time. I think that's a little bit overpowering. Seems like whenever I throw flash grenades, it doesn't work as effectively as their flash grenades, and that's why I don't use them. But that's why I run Tactical Mask, is so I can survive because I'm not flashed the whole time. Another good perk to run with it would be probably Dexterity, because you get your weapon up faster and you can climb faster, and that's just going to give you an advantage over your enemy probably 5 out of 10 times. Now that we're done with your perks, lethals. You should probably run in Bouncing Betty, C4, Claymore for domination. And that's just because you can place it where you want it to, you can put it right on the flag, and you don't have to blow it up or set it, detonate it, whatever, right when you throw it. And that's why it's better than a grenade or Simtex. You hear somebody's capturing B, you blow up your C4, or your Claymore blows up and gets them, or your Bouncing Betty goes off and takes out everybody that's there. Uh, I prefer a Bouncing Betty over everything else, and that's just because you can throw it and it'll take out multiple people in a circle radius around you. And whereas the Claymore, it'll take out the people in front of it, but not behind it or to the sides of it. And that's why I prefer the Bouncing Betty. The C4, I don't really use it much because you throw it down and it's noticeable, it's big and bulky, and it just doesn't seem as powerful as the Bouncing Betty or Claymore. Seems like you get a lot of hit markers with it, so I stay away from it. But overall, Bouncing Betty is the way to go. And for your tacticals, I usually use a shock charge or a concussion grenade or something. I don't really use them much, but a shock charge mostly because you can throw a Bouncing Betty down and a shock charge right on top of it, and people are going to be shocked and can't get out of the way of the Bouncing Betty. So that's a good combination for domination. And another good tactic for domination is to always rhyme as much as you can, like I just did there with combination and domination. If you don't rhyme while you're playing the game, you're just not gonna do well. Your gun pulls up slower, your accuracy is worse, your damage is reduced. But as soon as you start rhyming words together while you're playing, you see here I started rhyming and I'm getting long shots. My accuracy's improved, and they're just sitting there while I'm killing them, and they just can't hurt you. You're invincible for 15 seconds after you rhyme a word together while you're playing, and not really, but I just wanted to make a conversation about me rhyming that because domination and combination is a weird combination. But the video's ending here, and I've pretty much talked about all I wanted to, so later, Pebbles.